Hey everyone, you're listening to The Stone Genius. You know him as The Stone Genius. He's always stoned and always a genius in my world. It's Ro, love of my life.
Hey, what's everyone doing? Get some clapping going in there. Oh, that's Bobbi. So, Bobbi is my co-host today. She's my co-host every day in life, but she's my co-host today. Welcome to the show. I haven't done... I forgot you were going to co-host. I mean, I didn't forget, but it was like a last-minute thing, so I was going to...
You can say it.
I was going to say, I haven't done a solo show in a while.
Oh,
Well, I still haven't done a solo show in a while, so that should also get claps from people.
Right.
Although I wonder, there's probably a few people out there, TM, that miss the solo shows.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just me rambling. Because
Yeah.
now,
I mean, do they?
well, let's see. So the show that's coming out will be released on the 15th of February, 2023. So whatever time frame you're in, that's when that show's being released. It is 3 hours and 12 minutes. So I'm giving everyone a heads up about that show. So you don't have to listen to the whole thing all at once. You can put it on in the background. And here's the weird thing. I won't give too much away. There were some topics that I really wanted to talk about with this guest. David Gowans, retired military, Marine, 20 years, air traffic control in the Marines. I had a lot of questions for him about his job in the Marines, serving our great country, yada, yada, yada. We talked about so much other stuff, I think we barely touched on that. So he'll be back again, which our dog may not be. As she's this, people ask me about, because I just gush on our dog, and every once in a while a dog will come in our store, and people will gush, and I'm fine. I'd rather it be a dog in my store than a cat.
Right.
But unless it's a Doberman, and even if it's a Doberman, it's not our Doberman, so I really don't care.
Right.
But man, this dog needs so much attention. I just talk about how wonderful Dobermans are, and they're like, "Oh, should I get one?" I'm like, "No. And they're like, "Why? Do you not think I could?" No, you could do it. I mean, not everyone can do it with Dobermans, but I love them to death. I love this breed to death. But if someone told me no, I don't know. I guess it's fine, because
It's fine.
they are one of the 5 smartest dog breeds, generally considered that way. They are brilliant, I guess, because I'm brilliant. I should have that in my life. So I couldn't deal with some.
No, I mean, they're great dogs, but man, they're...
And especially her. She's going to pick something up that squeaks right now. So get ready. There should be something, because she's not getting attention.
Yeah.
She was coughing over there, and then she just came over and started nudging Bobbi to see whether Bobbi would do something. Or she's going to grab one.
Oh,
There's a little squeak. Yeah, she's just testing things out.
Yeah. See the loudest one.
Yeah. Bobbi earlier said, "Oh, you got the loudest thing." And it's like, she looked at Bobbi like,
Duh.
yeah. I mean, do you think I'm going to get the not loudest thing? So maybe
Okay.
she'll
So
be
anyway,
quiet.
back to your story. You were talking to your guest, and
Yeah, so
he
we
had
talked.
so much to talk about. You didn't
We
get
did.
to talk about.
And David was very funny too. Quick-witted. I mean, some of his comments got me to say, "What?" And then he's like, "I'm just kidding." So, which doesn't, but I have said this before about these guests, that I do a little bit of vetting with them. We'll have some back and forth email-wise and stuff, and then we talk prior to the show. But someone could go off the rails.
Right.
And, I mean, I guess it's better than doing it remotely than doing it with me.
Yeah.
But, you never know.
Right.
So we didn't.
Well, also the good thing about not doing a live show,
Yes. Although,
because then you don't have to post it, or you don't.
Yes, but I'm always going to post it.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't care. I don't, I'm not worried about myself and then everyone else. I
Right.
just, hey, sorry you said that.
Right. Right.
Can you edit that out? Sure. Yeah. Did you hit record? No, never. Let's see. I have a lot of things to talk about. I have alien stuff. Oh, so the show with David is great. There are some things that longtime listeners may find interesting. I actually, after going, not myself going out on a tangent, but maybe David going out on a tangent, I was the one that brought us back to Center Point, which was kind of weird.
First.
It was strange. So I got some alien stuff to talk about, and I'm glad you're here because one of the questions is directly for you. Because I was just going to throw it out there as a question, but because you're on the show, we can do that. Let's let me ask you this, because we have a genius crowd here.
Okay.
I personally am a little tired of seeing all these reels, these ADHD people talking about the difficulties they're having in their lives and things like that. I do think ADHD, especially in the 70s, was very overdiagnosed. So I do have a question for you. So genius is considered the top 2% of the population would be considered genius. So that's where you have that. What percentage of the population do you think has ADHD?
Diagnosed or self-diagnosed?
So we don't know. So generally someone will
because
say...
people
so,
say, I have ADHD, which really they don't. They're just...
No. But
Okay.
I'm going to reference that.
Okay.
But we can't make that determination.
Okay.
If someone says they have it, we just have to assume they're 100% clinically diagnosed.
What
I am
percentage?
What do you think the percentage of the population is that would be diagnosed?
More than 50%.
That's what it would seem, wouldn't it? With everyone that's saying that.
Yeah.
5%.
That is on record, though.
That's what is clinically diagnosed by
Okay.
doctors. Only 5% of the population has ADHD, but that's the thing. You would think that 1 out of
Seems
every
like,
two,
yeah.
because everyone wants to say that, oh, it's my ADHD, it's my verklempt, it's my ADHD. I mean, that fucking shit drives me. No, and like when people say, oh, I have OCD.
It's called an excuse.
Yeah, when I have OCD. No, you don't. Just because you line up the ketchup package because you're waiting for it to be served, that doesn't mean you have OCD.
Right.
And so I agreed with you. It just seems like that is so represented out there that, oh, everyone has ADHD, but the clinical, the actual diagnosis, so it's not that much different than
the geniuses.
Yeah. Which I've often said, I do think that often those two could be confused, but that's a quick glance. Anyone that is worth their salt would be able to look at a few things and say, ADHD, you can't pretty much do anything. You lose your attention span. So relationships, there's holding a job, things like that are hard. My parents used to think I have ADHD because we lived literally next door to a mall. I mean, I would walk to work because it was quicker than driving. And I would keep changing jobs because I would start a job, and if I didn't like it, I wasn't going to continue to do it.
Right.
I wasn't one that was concerned about 2 weeks' notice. I knew that I was 16 years old working in a mall.
Right.
So, but they thought I couldn't keep a job.
Right.
It's not that I couldn't keep a job. I didn't want that. I was smart enough to know.
Right.
And then, because then they would want a discount. Then when I had a job that lasted 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, then they wanted to discount that. Oh, well, that's because it's this.
Right.
Oh, because it's video stuff, that like video electronics, because you just think that because people are buying that stuff in the 80s, you think, oh, well, that's why you kept that job. Or I had a couple of girlfriends before you. And so they'd be like, oh, well, you can't keep a girlfriend. No, I didn't want to keep any of those girls. And then literally I met you, and the very next day I said that I was going to spend the rest of my life with you.
Yeah.
So I obviously knew something. Someone with ADHD couldn't, I don't even think would be
I mean,
able
look
to,
at all the people that stay in terrible relationships. So
Yeah.
like you're saying, that's a great thing. Like,
Yeah. And so, but I don't think an ADHD, and I don't think they would be able to, knowing their history, be able to make that identification like the next day after meeting you. I mean, We should have recorded that.
Nobody
sound
would be
being
able
popped.
to make that determination except you.
I know.
Except there's a new country song, and every time I hear it, I think of you.
No. What is it?
Actually, I think of you and your dad's conversation because I don't know what it's called, but there's a line in it. I can't think of the name of the song, but there's a line in it that says, I finally get it now when they say, you know. And you said your dad.
Oh, yeah.
Your dad said that. So every time that line sings, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but okay. So here's one of the things. So we're coming up on the year passing of my papa.
Yeah.
I was trying to get some alliteration in there. So it'll be April 10th, I believe, was his passing last
Yeah,
year.
I think so.
And so we're coming up on a year of that. That's 2022. If you're listening to this in the future. Aw, it's a picture of us. What do you do?
Wow, it's been there for 2 days. So
Okay, I have shaved before having a
Okay.
beard. So let's just dial it back on the... Come on. Every once in a while, I'm like, it's fine. You can point that.
I
It's been
know.
there for 2 days. But
I'm
let's
just
the
kidding.
high horse, okay? Let's just dial it. I literally had a big bushy beard and shaved it, and I think the first time I did it, it literally took 2 days. And when she noticed, I was like, "You would be a horrible witness because
I'm
in the
not
last
saying I'd be
48
a good
hours,
one.
you would have described me as having a big bushy beard to everyone." Oh my heckity heck! No, but I just wanted to bring that up because it seems like everyone wants to say they have ADHD nowadays,
Right.
you know, because because that can write, well, it's because I have ADHD.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I can't do this. I can't. No, you don't have ADHD.
Right.
Show me the paperwork then.
right.
So, so that means 1 in 20
Wow.
have ADHD. So, but I was with you. I would have said based on the representation that
Yeah,
you
it's just the
see,
feeling of
yeah, the overwhelmingness. Here's something I don't know how I feel about Debbie McKee Fowler. Bobby is well aware of my crush on this woman, but I am having some difficulties now because Debbie McKee Fowler is better known as who, Bobby?
Little Debbie.
Little Debbie, yes. Little Debbie. I very much love Little Debbie, and I love her snack cakes. And Dakota, although she's never tried one,
Loves
believes
them
that
too.
she would love them too. And I have no doubt is right before she died, she would eat a chocolate cake and be like, that was good.
I can
Ooh,
go now.
I sounded like Megan the Stallion
Yeah.
there. Oh,
That's
hold
like
on.
in stereo.
No, not for you.
Oh, that makes me sad.
I know. It's like you having a little tiny
I can
baby.
talk loud and I sound like a chipmunk.
Oh, jeez.
No, we're not doing that. Because, oh, yeah. Dakota's like, no, you're not doing that either. So, Debbie McKee Fowler. So I watched a video on YouTube about her this week. And here's my conflict now. Is I always talk about how cute she is. And it's a joke.
Right.
It's a 9-year.
I mean, on the picture, it is a child.
It is. And she
So-
has not aged
Right.
since the 60s.
Right.
I mean, because of that. She has not aged since the 60s. And so I always talk about how hot she is. And then I'm always referencing, you know, like, what was it? Scarlett Johansson and Eight-Legged Freaks, because she was like 14 years old.
Yeah.
It'd be like, knowing about her now, I can say,
Right.
oh, well, Scarlett Johansson, I love her. I think she's hot or whatever. So whatever. So that's, so the picture on the box of Little Debbie is it's supposed to look like a 9-year-old girl. Okay? I mean, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
They aged that picture. They actually hired an artist. They took a picture, had an artist come in and paint it, and add 5 years for it. She was 4 years old when that picture was used. And here's the weird thing. She was the granddaughter of the guy that McKee Foods makes or introduced Little Debbie snack cakes, and used her picture without telling her parents. So it just started showing up on boxes, and it's like, oh, there's.
Did they know
Little
him?
Debbie. Yeah, it was the grandfather.
Oh, that's right. The grandfather.
The grandfather, yeah. But I mean,
But can they be mad now?
well, that's it. I mean, because so she's, I think her position is chairman of the board. I think she.
So she works for Little
she-
Debbie.
Yeah, so she's Debbie McKee Fowler, maiden name
Okay.
McKee. So that's where. So it must have been her dad's dad because
Okay.
of
Yeah,
McKee.
Yeah.
Or you just threw that in there so
Right,
everyone
right. So
would
everyone
know
knew
who you are. I mean, I would have legally changed my name to Little Debbie McKee Fowler.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Why wouldn't you? Like instead of Miss, I would legally. I mean, if you can be any gender you want
Yeah,
now,
you
you
could
should be able
be-
to be Little.
What's your title?
Little.
Debbie McKee Fowler.
What's your pronoun? Little.
Little.
I'm sorry.
Little
What
Debbie.
is that?
Little Debbie.
I'm Little Debbie. You mean you're a Little Debbie?
Prefer to
No,
be
I am
called
the
Little
Little
Debbie.
Debbie. Yeah. So, yeah. So, but I just, when I found out that she was 4, because then they showed 4-year-old her holding the picture that they put on the boxes. It was like a paradox where I was like, the conflict in my mind was almost, I thought it was it. I thought it was
destroying you.
I thought it was that may have been it. When we were having sex this morning, that may have been what I felt and not a lack of oxygen.
You were thinking about Little Debbie.
I was. Actually, that
Wow.
makes 100%. Well,
A
I mean-
4-year-old.
9-ish. Okay, first of all, she's not 9 anymore. Okay,
Was
so
she 109?
no, but even when I was born, she would have been of legal age. I would have been the one.
Oh,
That's literally gross. If we're
Okay.
talking about Little
Okay.
Debbie and me, it's her that we should be grossed out about if she's interested in me.
So she's a cougar.
Yeah, if she wants
You're a
my
cougar
if she wants my
meat.
nutty buddy and her fudge round.
You're cougar meat.
Yes.
They
Can I
make those too.
What?
Those are all the snack cakes, Nutty Buddies. They're Little
Not
Debbie.
cougar meat. That is not a snack
was-
cake they make.
I know. I was talking about what you
But-
were saying.
That sounds
Nutty
disgusting.
Buddy and
Cougar
fudge round.
meat?
Cougar meat.
Cougar taco.
That's a whole nother thing.
Oh my gosh.
Your cougar meat. That's a cougar
I'm
taco.
gonna see if Tim will put something on the menu. Oh, but it's Asian
Yeah.
fusion
Yeah. You
cuisine.
can't eat tigers or cougars.
Well, no, I was thinking about taco.
Oh.
It's not, I'm not worried about the animal at this point. I'm sure any cougar I think is on the endangered species list. So I'm sure any cougar I'm
I
talking
think they're
about.
coming back around.
Are they? Why did you see one dead on the side of the road?
Oh, that was a kangaroo.
I know it was.
Oh, what?
What?
What'd you say? I know it was?
I feel like we should explain this again to people.
Well, I feel like you should admit that you just said, I know it was.
I don't know that.
You just said
I will
that.
say that I am feeling, I do believe that there may be more truth in your statement now than I originally thought.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I 100% believe. So here's the deal. We're in Kansas. She is on the Kansas Turnpike without me. That is a very important part of this story, mind you. There were no witnesses. It was
All
her-
the other people that drove by it that you don't
Yeah.
know, I can't help it.
Yet not once have I heard about a kangaroo.
You have actually.
I know. Okay.
So let's back it
I
up.
did. Okay, so, but that was many years past.
It doesn't matter.
How many
Kangaroos
kangaroos?
just didn't come about.
Time travel. Maybe
Kangaroos
you.
didn't just come about.
No, but how many are running around wild in Kansas?
2, clearly. Well, actually, not anymore. They're dead.
So I went back and hit the other one. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, Bobbi had said that she saw a kangaroo on the side of the road, dead on the side of the road in Kansas. And I called bullshit because I kept going, there are no circuses traveling through. And I'm not even sure circuses, I don't think kangaroos.
They didn't have kangaroos.
I don't
in
think they even have
circuses.
kangaroos. So I'm not even sure why that, I was checking for that.
Right.
But that seemed like the most, I didn't know where else to check.
I know.
I sh-
Zoos travel, don't they transport animals?
Yeah, but I would hope someone would, because they punch
I know, man.
and dance.
Both
I
feet
think.
at the same time. Bam.
Bleep, bam.
Anyway, what's the story you just heard? in the news?
That there was a kangaroo.
Oh. I mean, it might have been 20 years later, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
People
if
see
you're early,
UFOs?
you're wrong.
I saw
No.
a kangaroo.
Yeah. Okay. So, hey, that was a good segue.
Okay.
So, UFOs. Are you or are you not going to Ancient Aliens Live?
I'm not going. You're going by yourself to sit on the front row.
So here's
You
my
can
dilemma.
have my
then.
money for your better ticket to go.
Right, but I'm thinking I don't think it's gonna make the experience any better in the front row. And I
you
thought
want me to
about
go?
well, no. I thought about this. Maybe I want to be in the back row and have all these fucking crazies in front of me.
yeah.
Now, I am aware enough that when I say that all these crazies in front of me, there's going to be at least one person want to sit even behind me because
Right.
I would be lumped into those
Right.
crazies because
Right.
I will be with them.
Yeah.
I am aware that I often lump a group of people that I'm with as a bunch of crazies, like I'm the outlier.
Right. Like you're not part of that.
Yeah, I'm not part of that.
But you are.
Yes, I am.
So when
Okay.
is it? Are you going? It's this week,
It's
right?
Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday here in Kansas City.
Let's
so
go.
my
I don't
question
work.
was:
Let's
go
go.
alone, get an expensive seat, keep everyone in front of me. So
I'll
I
go
covered
with
all
you.
that. Let's see.
You've gone to PF Chang's with me. I can go to Ancient Aliens with you.
Yeah. Let's
I
see.
will be asleep the whole time though.
So I'm gonna. Here's a couple other things while we're in the alien thing.
Ouch.
So I was watching something, and there's different types of aliens. There's not just one type. And if you think there is one type, you are fucking racist, okay? There are many types of aliens.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. Green aliens, gray aliens, small gray aliens,
Big. green
gray aliens. And other aliens, I'm sure. I don't know them all. But I know that there's more than one. And so I saw something again, and they were talking about small gray aliens. And I was like, because I talk a lot of shit about small that
Right.
I don't understand. Now, maybe I will say this. I don't know everything about physics, time travel, space travel. So if your size and compact stature is needed to do those things, count me out. I'm fine where I am. Once again, 6'5", I'm good where I am. I don't need to do that because I've always
Right.
said of aliens, like they've landed and they like got out, like I would probably get on the ship because I wouldn't. That would be my yes day. I literally would be like, I'm sorry. Even if you and the girls, whoever are in the car, I would just be, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know,
We know.
I got to do this. So, but here's my thing. If it was a small craft landing, like it looked like, oh, that's definitely alien, but it looks,
Little.
yeah, it's tiny. I can't fit in there. Then I would literally like try to swerve around and just speed off. Like I never saw it. And I would
But isn't it funny how like anytime aliens are portrayed, they're not little.
I know.
They're like tall, lanky.
Yeah. Like me.
That's funny though. That
Is it?
why has no one portrayed? Is that body shaming? Is that
No, I think there was some small.
non-equality?
I think there was some small, but that would be the other thing. Like, say that they landed in what I would consider a normal size spacecraft. What that is, I don't know.
Right.
But that's what they land in, and I'm like, and you're with me, and I'm like, tell everyone I said goodbye. Tell them I love them, and you're like, who would that be? And I'm like, yeah, I know. Okay. And so then I just get.
It sounded good.
I did. So I go to get on, and it opens, and then like some little like 30-inch tall person, like, or 1 meter. They're
Like
39.
the lollipop guilds.
Yes. And that's how they talk. So they come out and they go,
We are taking you with us, human.
I'd be like, I'm
No,
good.
no, you're not.
I don't think so.
No, come with us. We will show you the many mysteries of the galaxy.
Oh yeah. We were actually going out to eat, and I'm really hungry.
We have the best cuisine in all the galaxies.
I'm good. Hey, thanks for stopping though. Have a good day.
Oh, wait, Roro. Roro.
That's pretty good.
That was good.
Just in case people out there were not aware, I was doing both of those parts. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's probably more of a. Okay.
That was very impressive. Very, very
thanks.
impressive.
So, or it would be funny if they knew like all the shit I said. Like they came and they'd like, we need to talk to you. I'd be like, no, I'm good. They'd be like,
Don't really have a choice.
yeah, come with us.
We can do this the easy way, or we can do this hard way.
And I wonder if they did that, what I would choose. Knowing my personality, it would.
You'd be like,
it'd be
try
the hard
me,
way.
the hard
Yeah,
way.
let's do the hard way. And I'd be like, just so you know, I'm gonna go ahead and take my pants off, so there's not that struggle when you get ready to anally probe me. And you know, I'm ready for that.
They probably, honestly, if they are what they are, you don't need to take your pants off.
You know, I
mean, really, if they're where they're at and they're what they're portrayed to be, they can do that through your pants.
You know, I've mentioned before that I thought someone who was homophobic had brought that up. I mean, had made that up. Because like in the 70s, all of a sudden, you know,
to be against them, like
because that's when it was being more. It wasn't accepted, but you would have like the Village people and be like, well, I don't think that those people
they're not gay.
Okay. So anyway, so I think that it seems like about the same time frame, that's when alien abductions, which had happened, like no one in the 50s was anally probed. And I don't understand, like in 20 years in the cosmic galaxy, that's nothing. I don't understand, and I could be wrong. 20 years from now, I may break a leg.
People in the 60s saw aliens, man.
Right. And none of them. So I would like to see where that.
They were probably like, oh, we love you. And so they didn't get anally probed because they were on board.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't know if that's where. I don't know
why
if
you
showing
get anally
them.
probed or why you don't. So.
Well, I still think that it was just people trying to say that to make aliens sound worse.
Bad,
yeah, because everyone would want to, like, if you knew that aliens would land, whatever you had going on, it would heal you. So you like. You have bad knees, you have an achy head, you have dizzy spells, whatever. It's immediately you will know. You'll know everything there is to know. You'll know whether there is a God. You'll know what happens in the afterlife. You'll be able to see all of this stuff. That would be like great, but all you have to do is be. But they're gonna anally probe you, and all of a sudden, oh no, I don't want anything in my butt. And so I've always thought that was someone that was being homophobic. Because I would like to see if the time that those stories of abductees starting to add being anally probed happened about the same time as there's more of a fight, a morality fight. Like, you know, I know that was happening in the late 70s, 1980s when Reagan went into office and stuff like that. But I remember reading... And I will be honest, like Playboy and Hustler magazine, because they would have the weird stories, like of cattle mutilation.
Sure.
And I will tell you, so here's the thing. I like titties, I like ass, I like vaginas. I did back then. I don't. I only like one set of those right now, and luckily they're all attached to you. Hold on.
Yeah, luckily.
But no,
lucky for me.
When I was growing up, I always talk about this. So that's how you got porn back then. It was the actual magazines.
Right.
But I was probably the one that was reading the stories because they would have like the crazy, like I remember, I think it was a Playboy, was like cattle mutilations. And I'm just, people are like, oh, did you see Miss January? Like my friends in that magazine. I'm like, no, but did you read about the cattle?
Did you read about the cows that got
my
mutilated
God.
by
And
aliens?
they're like, what are you talking about? And they're like, she was like 36, 24, 36. And I'm like, yeah, but these cows, they were drained of all their blood. So, yeah.
That's funny though that they had the stories in there.
It is, but
I mean,
so there's been
so they weren't like stories anywhere else. So that's how they got their information out.
Well, I don't know. They weren't in mainstream,
right?
So they weren't like in newspapers because I remember my parents got the newspaper in Kansas City when we got here. I know that they had a morning and evening. Mm-hmm. So it was the Kansas City Times that came out in the morning. Then you had stuff that happened during the day.
That's crazy.
And then you have the Kansas City Star, which was the evening.
Too.
Yeah. And I remember getting 2 papers a day. I mean, it was, and then you would whatever. But so like newspapers, magazines, things that I could read or go to the library and see, they weren't talking about this. I'm not sure that there were tabloid magazines yet, like at the grocery store. I'm not sure that at this age, I was probably in around 10 to 12 years old, probably in that time frame. So like mid to late 70s, about the time you were born.
I was like 3 to 5
I know.
years old.
I know. So I guess what we're saying is I should be okay with 4-year-old little Debbie.
Yes, I guess so.
Okay, great. I'm not.
It's funny though that because like, I mean, granted,
I will tell you that
wasn't
is
of
a
age,
fantasy of mine, you dressing up like little Debbie.
all right.
Ugh. Of course,
I'll
now.
have to look at what she's wearing. I don't even know. Blue dress,
Yeah, it's like
red bows, or is that Wendy?
and a hat.
That's
You
Wendy.
can dress up like, no.
Wendy's
no,
redhead. I don't want to be a ginger.
no.
But like the stuff like that, like maybe it's bad to not, but like everything like that you think deeply dive into, I don't even think twice about it. Like anal probing. Okay, it happened. And then the gay I mean, like it's just like I don't like that's just me though.
You have to deconstruct
I
it.
don't
I know.
I don't care, I guess. Like it is that and that's fine.
Right. But you know what?
But that also
and I'm fine with
shelters
that.
me. It also makes me not as smart because I don't have all that information.
Well, so here's the thing. It will probably never make a difference in your life unless you get abducted and they're like,
Right.
we're going to anally probe you.
Right.
You're going to be like, I wish I would have probably given this a little bit more consideration.
Well, but now I feel like now in my life, I am prepared for way more than I ever was because of you.
Good. Actually, I
So-
don't know if that's good or not.
I mean,
hope
it's
it is.
definitely good. So
Okay.
like, I mean, I feel more prepared now than I could have been 20 years ago. Wow. I would have been like,
See, and that's the weird thing too, is that when we talk about aliens, if I mention what I saw, and I've seen videos of what I've
seen something.
Right, but I will say it and everyone
Oh,
will
yeah.
disregard me, but then you're like, I saw one. Like I saw a really bright light. So here's the thing. We thought it was a comet
Right.
or whatever, but it stopped and then it did all these weird things and then it went back the other
Well, and
direction.
obviously multiple people saw it because the
'cause
traffic stopped.
Yeah, traffic stopped. They addressed it the next night on the evening news. So so that's what I saw, and people were like, okay, whatever. And then you're like, well, I saw this multi-wing craft. There was a green guy giving me he was like flashing me the deuces sign as they flew overhead. And he was like, oh, tell us more. And I'm like, really?
Okay, well, it wasn't that
No, but
crazy,
it was.
but that
You
was
saw
crazy.
yours in broad daylight, though.
I did. Driving down where we used to live. What was that street? 127th and Black Bob, man. It was above me. That was weird. And then it was gone.
Yep. You know what would be even weirder? It was piloted by a kangaroo.
Maybe it was.
That would be cool,
Maybe
though.
my universes crossed paths that day.
Well, something about just saying that, I think, started a separate universe that did that. That was that whole parallel universe I showed you today.
Yeah.
So,
Which I was going to ask you something about that show, too. And it just brought me back to that. So go ahead.
go ahead.
So they said like I get the people in alternate universes, but I have a hard time believing that the papers show up and disappear because like I feel like
So in an
I feel like you
in
could
an-
go in an alternate universe.
In an
but
alternate
yet-
universe, I just wasn't dealing with that paper.
But they said like his passport and everything was gone with him when he was gone. But I feel like that. I don't know. I feel like that's too much. That's
because
an
it's
extra.
because it was on him whenever he arrived.
But they took him into that room, the papers.
Right, but it's all part of him. So
Okay.
so a lot of people believe that we are out there through the universe because
So literally,
dust to
if
dust.
this happened and then we weren't here and they found this and we were gone, but we were somewhere else, like this could still exist or
Right.
not exist.
Right.
Okay.
Or furniture, like they say, is just a little off, or you don't have the
Okay.
same, or
I mean,
because I used to feel that all the time in high school. I mean, it was always like I never felt like I knew what my schedule was, even though I had it with me.
did you have ADHD?
Probably. As I was in
I mean,
that-
I also feel like, I know that you feel that way,
right.
but I also know that you don't remember things.
Right. But
So
here's my
slippery
thing.
slope.
Right. So what do you want? So me to not know, like not see things. Like there will be times where I'll come in, I'll look for something.
Well, one,
and-
I just don't want to get mad then. Like,
No.
embrace it. Like, okay.
No. Here though, isn't that worse? Because then do you want me to drive? Like if I don't see a flashlight that I'm looking for, am I going to see a semi truck that's coming down the street? And I'm being that's a serious question that you have to undertake and understand that
if either way I say it, if you're in an alternate universe, you're still going to hit that semi.
Oh yeah,
because you're
but
going to
it'll
be
an
gone.
alternate universe.
So that's what I mean.
But what I'm saying is, in whatever universe that you are, because I've mentioned this before, that like this is my universe,
Right.
Like I've mentioned before that I've never seen anything like atrociously bad. I
Right.
wasn't at Schlitterbahn the day the kid got his
Right.
head cut off or
Right.
what, So I was thinking about that, and people have other highs and lows, and how about if this is just mine? Like maybe you have your own universe out there, whether I'm with you or not or whatever. You have your own universe. In my universe, you're in this circle and everything, but you yourself have your own universe. Trinity, they have their own universe. Morgan, she has their own universe. So, part of me feels like it is a simulation because I always feel like I'm trying to resolve things. And that's one thing that bugs me is when people don't resolve. They
Right.
see a conflict and they just ignore the conflict.
Right.
And I feel like at some point, like if I resolve every conflict, then it'll be like my circuit is complete. Like that it's just a long-term diagnostic. Like it's running the circuit, trying to check the circuit out, and whoop, then it's, and whatever I'm doing at that time, that's when
Right.
that circuit ends. So some people, I don't know. So getting back to the aliens, look at me getting back into those aliens. I would go whatever they did to me. I mean,
But I've known that since I've known you.
yeah.
So like, go.
But it just would be funny if they were short, because I literally think
You're like,
it would be
no.
funny. That would be funny to see dash cam video of that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it land, me get out,
Ronnie's
and,
like,
and
"I
I'm
gotta
standing
go,
there.
I
I'm
love
so antsy. You see me, I'm antsy. It opens up and these little tiny people get out, and I'm just like bend over
Are
and
your
I like
parents here?
yeah, I'm just like, oh, fuck. So, and then they try to hold my hand, but they're so short, I have to kind of bend down just
They're
to
like-
hold their hand. Oh my gosh. That'd be the worst.
I can just hear you going, are there anyone bigger than you in here?
And it would be like a
'Cause
normal
I'm
size.
not interested.
It'd be a normal size spaceship, but I'm going to have to fit into seats made for them. So I'm going to be uncomfortable as I travel intergalactic. I just don't see that happening.
You'll have a probe up your butt. Won't matter.
Yeah. That would. I mean, I've had probes in my butt
Right.
before, and you've controlled that probe before. So,
Yeah, you should write them though, because that doesn't work.
yeah, I'm going to have to find out why that app doesn't work anymore.
And why I thought they were gonna pay for your I thought they were gonna support our podcast, and they
I
never
know.
did. So
Well, maybe they knew that they're like,
Oh, their thing doesn't work. Their app
yeah,
doesn't
they're
work.
like, oh, you bought that? Yeah, we'll take care of you. And
Yeah.
then they've never responded
the app doesn't
again.
work. Abort.
Man down, leave them.
Leave them.
Okay, so here is I'm gonna change subjects. I'm gonna get to this real quick though.
Okay.
The movie that I watched on Tubi TV, not Man Baby,
Oh, okay. That's
Shark Side of the Moon.
okay.
The ones about the Russian half shark, half human hybrids that get sent to the moon, but then they can, even though they're man shark hybrids, which is weird enough, which whatever, maybe they can, but they seem to be okay on the moon. They don't need to breathe or something. I don't know I don't remember. Here's my thing is, I think that's ruined me for stuff found on the moon shows. Because now I always expect sharks. Like they're
Right.
like, oh, we found something that shouldn't have been there. And most people would be like, oh, wow. And okay, not most people, but weird people like me would be
Right.
like, oh, wow. And I'm always like, and sharks?
Right? Where the
So I feel
sharks?
like that movie, which if any space movie should have ruined space for me, it should have been Halle Berry's Moonfall. I'm always going to go back to that movie
Yeah.
because I don't get it. That's a lot of money. I mean, if you wanted to see Halle Berry actually put clothes on, you should have just given her the money and not made the movie.
Right.
That was horrible. Here's my question that I have with you. So it started as a question for myself, but I have the question and then I have my sub questions underneath it there. So, or I guess one's a statement, one's a question. Would I have sex with an alien?
Would you?
Well, here's some things. So I just thought about this. It depends on, would it depend? So I guess we're going to jump down to, would this be okay with Bobbi?
Okay, well, ultimately, I don't know if you're coming back. So I might never know.
So here, this is where my mind keeps working. I had not written this down. This is not anywhere found in my books. This is why it should be video, because I'm so animated right now. But how about if the alien came and I didn't go on the, because originally that was it. Like if I went on the, if I go on space because it's the same thing, well, I may never see Bobbi again. And I mean, come on, how often? It's like, how many people have been to the moon? I mean, probably less people have had sex with aliens. Although if you read the articles, it's probably more. But how many people have had sex with an alien? So yeah, but I just thought about that. How about if they came and they visited and then they were like, and then they left. So I didn't go on the spaceship, but I see them, they land over here in the golf course behind us one night. So you're in Texas.
Right.
And then, the alien comes in, get a bright light in our room.
I would just need a picture to make sure it was an alien.
How would we prove that? A lot of movies, aliens look like humans.
Okay, then no.
I wonder if anyone's ever tried that.
Then no.
I thought it was an alien.
Then no.
Okay. How about if I'm on a spaceship?
If you go,
so because that would be the proof then.
Yes.
So if I'm literally,
if you're taken on a spaceship.
okay. So what distance? I'm assuming that it has to be
a spaceship.
Well, but there's some things that would be spaceships that
Like
may
what?
come back. Like, well, I don't want to be like the Mile High Club, so there probably has to be a certain
Well, it's not
distance.
an airplane.
So do I have to be
it's
like?
a spaceship.
Do I have to be past?
It's got to look like a spaceship.
So I have to have.
It's got to look like a spaceship.
What is that again?
It's got to look like a spaceship.
We gotta record that. So I have that as a button. That'll be funny. So, but say it doesn't look like a spaceship.
Then no.
But
No.
it flies past the moon. So
What?
So they come and I'm like,
No.
okay.
It's got to look like a spaceship.
Okay.
Do I need to say it again? It's got to look like a spaceship.
What type of spaceship?
A spaceship.
Like
Like
Battlestar
the ones
Gal-
on TV.
Like a little
Like the saucer.
What did yours
flying
look
saucer.
like? A flying saucer? Okay. What did yours look like? Please tell me it looked like a plane. That would be funny. Did it have wings?
It did, but they like came up.
I
I mean, the thing is like it disappeared. Like it didn't like fly over us like a plane does. It was like I could see it in the rearview mirror and then it was gone. Like that was the weird thing about it.
But it had wings.
What
did
does
it?
that mean?
Well, you were saying a flying saucer. Not flying saucers don't always have
If you're going to have
wings.
sex with an alien, it has to be a flying saucer.
I gotta write this down. This is more clarity than I. But I will tell you, going back to the previous points, I'm only gonna have sex with them if they're hot.
Okay.
If they're little bald gray things with big
Oh,
eyes,
I would hope not. I'm
No.
so disappointed.
no, or hear
You
me
said
out.
guys too.
I put a bag over my head.
Oh, no. I'll be so disappointed.
Take me to your leader.
I am your leader.
Do you guys have any bags? Do you have any bigger bags that'll fit my head?
Oh, we have these little bags. No, I need one that fits me.
Hold on.
We have these little bags. Sorry, baby. I know you can't do that.
Okay. So, but yeah, they would have to be. So yeah, that and I don't know what I mean by
Here's
that.
another question. How do you know if they're female or male?
I don't know.
We don't know because we don't know.
So maybe non-binary people, they are the future. Because they'll just have sex with any type of alien.
Right. Yeah. So,
Or no type of alien. One or the other. No, I don't know.
So, I mean, I'm just saying every alien that you see on like TV, they all look alike.
Well, see, here's the thing. I think you would have to be I would have to be attracted. I'm not just going to see an alien and be like, yeah, I'm going to fuck you.
They don't all look alike.
Actually, they do.
So is
Well,
that
unless
not
they're
racist
tall.
or is that racist?
Well, can you use those pronouns? Tall, short.
Then they don't all look alike.
Okay.
I mean, I don't
know.
know. I haven't never seen one, so
But you saw them fly by you.
no, I didn't see anything in it. I saw a thing in the air, aircraft.
A winged aircraft, a non-flying saucer.
It wasn't a flying saucer.
So I would not have been able to have sex on it, even though
No.
you say that it's a UFO. So you're saying that's a UFO, but yet I can't have sex on that.
Yes.
So I can't have sex on it.
No.
Okay, then it's
It
not
has
a
to be a
UFO.
spaceship.
You just said it was a spaceship. This is like our Who's on First.
I know. I don't know what it was. I can't confirm or
But it was
deny.
But it was flying.
It was flying and it was
So it was unidentified to you.
Oh, that's true. And it was flying. And it was
An
a
object. Okay, so it was a
Then
UFO.
it has to
so
be a
I'm having
UFO, not an aeroplane.
But you said it was winged. I don't know. I'm just saying that if I make that mistake, just kidding.
Then don't come back.
Okay. I just
Live
think
your best life.
I think that it should be regardless of what it looks like.
Okay.
If I become weightless, floating.
Sure.
Although if it's a
You can't go
UFO,
to space,
no,
though.
because if it's a UFO, they may have gravity.
Right,
And then I
so-
could be past the sun,
Right.
being fuck territory and not doing it. I
Right.
don't think I'd cussed yet, so I needed to throw a big
Oh,
fuck in there yet.
good.
I know, right?
A big
well,
one. A big F.
Yeah, the big F bomb. I had such a clean mouth with you, which is not what I had last night. Or was that a more?
That
of
was a hard. But
I know it was. So I think that I think it's if they take me past the moon. So within the
Okay.
orbit of the moon, then no. And then
Okay.
if it's past the moon,
Then sure.
irregardless of what they look
Okay.
like, and no matter what they're flying. So
Okay.
if they pick me up in a DeLorean,
Okay.
like in Back to the Future,
okay. Well,
but
there's
they
a Tesla flying around out there. They could pick you up in that.
yeah. So I get picked up
Okay.
in a Tesla.
Okay.
Then no, hands off, hands
Right,
off.
wait,
no,
wait,
I'm
wait.
married. I am married. No, and then as
The
soon as
moon. Let's go.
I'm sorry. What is that? Hold on. What is that again?
That's the dark side of the moon.
Let's do this.
Oh, yeah, human.
You like that?
Yeah.
So at least I can still play with that. I
I
wish
know.
so. See, you're gonna have to learn how to do this portion of it so that
Okay.
you can be the voice
Okay.
of insanity.
Of reason.
Yep, that's what I meant. Of reason of insanity. Okay. I don't know what else there is to talk about. So, oh, no, I do. One more because I highlighted this. And this is from the TV show The Last of Us, based on the video game.
Yeah.
So I think we just watched episode 5. I am not going to do a spoiler, except I do want to draw your attention if you are watching the show, and it's probably at the end of every show. And I will tell you this. I don't know if regular people can do this. Like when they're scrolling fast, like at the
no,
thing.
We can't.
I mean, and I'm being serious. I mean, like I can see things that I'll pull out. I'll go, I
Yeah.
saw that,
Yeah.
like, whatever. So there are dozens upon dozens, if not more than 100 different, like non-actors that are in the credits.
Right.
And there is someone, a non-actor, that use their first name, their middle name, they use their first name, their nickname, I'm assuming, because it's in quotation marks, and their last name. And it was something Spike something. So Spike was in quotation marks. And I'm just like, why would, like, if all that, why would you allow one person, like, I don't know why, first of all, one person, why wouldn't you just go by Spike?
Right.
Like, there's like a director or something named Spike Jones, I think.
Yeah.
Like, is that really their first name or not? I don't really care, but why wouldn't you just go by Spike, whatever the last? So I just thought that was really interesting, because then I rewound it to watch all the credits to see, and that was the only one that I saw a quotation mark like that, like in one name line, and I was just like, why? I mean, I wouldn't go by Rodney Roe Martin. I would just go by Roe Martin. So yeah. Or if I would,
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I did think that was weird. So I thought we'd have more discussion, more back and forth about that, but we didn't. So
well, I didn't see it. So
you did not. I got Live on this week. Actually, we're recording this week. It'll be on next week. So there are some questions. I'd never ask whether she kisses. Like if that's something, because we have said in the past, like if one of us is maybe slightly under the weather, we feel like the only way that we can get that is through the exchange of fluids through the mouth. So we call it prostitute sex, and we have sex and we don't kiss.
Right.
That way we don't get sick, because that other stuff, that's not passing sickness back and forth. Another question I'm going to ask is prostitute, does she see that as a derogatory term? Right. And the other thing, like when I was talking to you, because I think I was talking about her show before when I mentioned streetwalkers.
Right.
Like that's something different than what she would be considered. Like,
right.
Are those considered, like if I say that, someone can picture, and like I said, I don't mean that as a derogatory term. Right. I just mean that as an identifier, that if I say that, you would picture someone that is on the street working each and every night and is probably having more than one customer, or John.
Right.
Or Johnette, if it's a whatever. So that was another question, whether those type of words, if she sees that as derogatory, whether others would see that as derogatory, how they reckon. Because sometimes if I say her preferred title is Madam and Courtesan.
Right. That's what I was going to say. She has a title. So
right. But then when I try to explain courtesan, I mean, because if you just want to get it done and explained, it's a prostitute with high-end clients. Okay. And they're like, oh, okay. But if she doesn't want me to, if she does take offense to that, because I don't mean offense to that. Because if I say that, people know, oh, okay, I get it.
Right.
Like courtesan, I had to look it up. I don't know
what that is either.
Yeah,
so
I had to look that up. And if I didn't know, you could tell me it's a lumberjack that works in Cortland, Oregon. I don't think there's a Portland, not a Cortland. Right. So I would be like, oh, really? Okay. I mean, I wouldn't know any better. So I kind of use those as identifiers. So those are some of the questions I'm going to ask about that as well. And like I said, when I talked to her before, I was like, I wonder if I could be a male escort. It seems like a job that I could work a few hours, maybe even a week, and get a lot of money. But I figure that I just need to talk you into hitting the record button, because I would rather just continue to have sex with only you, and then we record that and make money that way.
Right.
So I need to get a better camera, though. And for you to stop asking if I'm recording. That puts a lot of pressure on me. I'm just kidding.
Because I always want to know.
I know. Let's see. That's about it. Next time I have you on the show with me, we're going to talk about the military.
Okay.
Maybe I should have you on with David next time, because that's one thing I want to talk to him. We're talking about on this upcoming show with David Gowans about, he talks it citizenship privilege, kind of like white privilege or whatever privilege you want to identify. He says that a lot of people, just because they were born in the United States, feel like they should be given these certain privileges. And he talks about how only 1% of United States citizen, serve in the active military, blah,
Oh, right,
blah.
right.
So I wanted to talk to him about that because there's some outliers. It's not just that people don't want to sign up to be killed anymore, or be infantry or do those type of things. There's some health things that come into play in this. And you and I
Right.
talked about this a
Yeah.
little bit, and we need to get all those numbers and figures together. That may be a good conversation with him.
Yeah.
So that's about it. I still haven't done my show on all the black men I grew up loving.
Oh, right.
So, although I did add some white people to the mix, and one thing I did notice, and I watched a video about one of them after I had thought about them, was the only white guys that I really liked. I can't even find that page right now. The only guys that I really liked were like John McEnroe, Al Raboski, who was a pitcher. He was called the Mad Hungarian, so you don't really need to know anything
Right.
more. You know, he would turn around and get all psyched up and slam the ball into the glove. And I mean, he got to a fight with a reporter one time because he didn't like a question he asked. So it seemed like it was like the black guys, the athletes that were these big, bright, smiling, just bigger than life personalities, no matter what sport they were in, seemed like they were who I was always drawn to. And the few white guys that I could think of that they were all like outliers. And it was I seemed to like those white guys because they were like the establishment
Yeah.
hated them
Yeah.
because like this is our American pastime. You shouldn't be,
Right.
acting like that behind the mound, or, this is Wimbledon. You shouldn't be screaming at the chair
Right.
umpire. But those were the people. And I think I drew towards them because that was my personality. And what my parents wanted to do was rein that
Yeah.
personality, like not
Yeah.
beat it out of me, but
Yeah.
they didn't want me to
Suppress it.
have that.
Yeah.
As opposed to, instead of, I wouldn't say maybe their parents embraced that, but they were like, to John McEnroe or
Right.
Al Raboski or whoever, they were like, that's who they are.
Right.
If we change them, they are not, and they were
Yeah.
professional athletes.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't psych yourself up like that behind the
Right.
mound, or you don't get that upset about a call, maybe you don't continue to have your focus, so
Right.
that you actually become worse if you don't do those things.
Right.
And because I was a kid and not a professional athlete, I felt like my parents did. But I did think it was funny that when I started trying to think about, because I literally was like, I had to have liked, there's some white athletes that I had to have liked.
Right.
And
that was that.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. So, anyhow, anyway, that's it. Thanks for being my co-host today.
You're welcome.
Love you.
I love you.
Okay, everyone else, thank you all for listening to the podcast. My name, Ro. I'm going to correct her, although I didn't correct her at the beginning when she said I was always stoned, always a genius. I just want you to remember, my name is Ro. I'm the stone genius. I'm often stoned. I'm always a genius. Talk to y'all later.